It was horrible. The things that we learned when we were there, it was shocking, honestly.
It was honestly really hard to hear and understand. I had learned about it before because I lived in Rwanda for 4.5 years, but during the time I lived there, I wasn't mature enough to actually know what it meant.
I went into the trip knowing a little bit about it. We had kind of touched on it in class, but actually going, it was hard to reconcile that with my own privilege.
A lot of the things that we did learn, I honestly had no idea actually happened, and that's on my part, but learning all the terrible things that happened and the fact that not a lot of people know about what happened, it's terrible. When we went to a church that was raided, there were still machete marks and bullet holes all over the church. It was just terrible.
I visited the memorials with my family when I lived there, but I was so young that I didn't understand it. So when I went back as a 17-year-old, I understood the weight of it.
I think it was really emotionally impactful because you hear about all these tragic things online and on the news and everything, but really being there in the memorial was so different.
I was with my friends, and we just broke down, absolutely crying.
They took us outside to where they had all these mass graves, and every single one of them held, I think it was over 10,000 people each, 10,000 bodies, and they had more than 10 of them. I think there was about 250,000 people there.
We saw this section that was dedicated to children, and I think for me that was the most impactful.
There were different stations, and each had a kid, their name, their interests, their hobbies, and then how they died. And it was so heartbreaking, and we were just sobbing and sobbing.
It just shook me. It gave me a deep sense of grief.
One thing that really stood out to me was the way that everyone was so united with each other. After the genocide happened, the Rwandans moved from not their names of their tribes, but calling everyone a Rwandan.
There was this one story of this woman and the man who killed her family went to her house and said, "I'm so sorry." And she forgave him, and that doesn't make everything okay, but it's just this mindset of forgiveness instead of fighting fire with fire.
The people that we met, not just from Rwanda, but from Uganda and the other areas around, they were so kind to us. They were so kind, and the way that they treated us was amazing.
There was just so much compassion and joy, even though something that happened, something brutal like the Rwandan Genocide happened. And it just reminded me that there is still hope in the world, and there is still a God who loves me and wants a relationship with me and wants me to be joyful.
When I came back from Rwanda, I made a promise. We all made a promise that we were to be ambassadors. We're not gonna just come away from this trip. We're not gonna not just talk about the things that happened. We need to make sure that everyone knows about what's happening. And it's not just Rwanda, it's the world. We're all suffering. We're all in pain. And we all need to help each other. We're all in the same boat. We're all in this world. But the most important thing is that Jesus loves us. And he wants us not to be divided, but he wants us to be together and to join together and to just to help one another.